Welcome to another new episode of Learning Simplified. So we are currently on in building up our own theme in WordPress, and this is the theme that we will be building up into our project. And as we can see that so far this is the progress that we have made in this tutorial. We have practically looped our posts inside this index.php or the home page of our site, and the number of looping is equals to the number of posts so far that we have made into our project. Now if we just put here wp admin, and this is the login credential page. So here I am putting this username and this is the password. So if we now log in, we will see that this is the dashboard of our project, and this is the site so far that we have made. As we can see that we have looped our this single line, this single h1 header tag 4 times, as the number of posts is equals to 4. So this is the thing that we had made so far in our previous tutorial. Now in this tutorial, all we are going to do, we are going to bring on our content with the title and the content of these individual posts and all the posts into our project. So here it should be the title of the page. That means this is the title of the page, and this is going to be the content of those posts, and all of them should be displayed right over here. Now in this respect, all we can see that we have created, this is practically the coding so far that we have made into our index.php, and in this essence we have practically created a definite template part here, inside which we had created this content.php page where we had placed all the contents of this post. So these are the things those we have done so far, and if we have a look into our folder structure, we can see that this is the theme, Wordpress theme, and inside these are so far the progress that we are talking about. This is the index page which is controlling everything of our home page, and this is the style.css which is registering the theme into our WordPress site, and this is the template folder inside which we had created this content.php, and all of them are being used into our index page. Now in the next case, if we get back into this content.php, and for the time being, if we just remove it, so all we are doing here, so all of these posts should be displayed into this content.php, which is called in our home page with this individual syntax. So here let's get on to the code first. We have just left out of PHP, and here instead we are writing as h1. This is the tag that we had used, and just see how super easy it is to bring on all the title and the contents into our index page. Now I have created this h1 tag right over here, and inside this tag all we are going to do, we are going to create this PHP tag where we are using this WordPress function as the title, and just beneath it all we are going to do, we are going to create another p tag, and here we are calling in the PHP tags right into it. Now if we use another WordPress function here which is known as the content, so we have the title WordPress function and we have this the content WordPress function in use into our content.php. Now if we leave it up to this far, and if we get back to our project and reload, we can see that this is practically the title of the post that we have created. So we have introduced all of those titles into our index.php along with the contents of each individual post, and all is being done through these individual WordPress functions like this, the title and the content. Now, for a time being, if we wish to put some links over here, then all we can do, let's get back to our project and see how super easy it is. All we are going to do, we are going to introduce this ahref tag. So this is the first tag, and this is the closing of our hyperlink reference. And inside this ahref tag, all we are going to do, we are going to introduce another PHP tag. And here we are using the permalink. So this is another WordPress function which is in use here. Now if we get back to our project and reload, we can see that each of these posts, those are practically linked. And if we click on these individual titles, for say this is the title, The Loneliness of Homer, now we can see that this is the single individual content of this individual post which is now being observed. So we have practically looped all of our posts into our index.php through some basic WordPress functions like the title, the content, and we have made some hyperlink references via this WordPress function which is known as the permalink. All it is doing, on clicking this individual title, it is diverting us to the corresponding single post of our project. As we can see that this is the new dawn. If we click here, we can see that this is the single individual post, the new dawn, and along with all of its contents inside. Now up to this far it is alright, but still now we can see that there are some discrepancies. Like if we get back to our index.php, we are pressing our back button here, which is not good for a WordPress project. It should be more interactive, it should be more dynamic. So in that particular case, we need to make some additional amendments into our WordPress site such that on clicking something, we will be diverted back to the home page or the index.php page. And this is where all we need to do, we need to introduce the header where there should be link to the home page, and on clicking that particular individual link, we will be diverted back to the index page or to the home page of our project. So without wasting any more time, first of all, let's create our header and footer files.